Hi guys. This week, you guys are going to be learning all about the Civil War. Now, it's going to be kind of a really quick overview because we only have 1 week to teach this, and then pretty much we can't give assignments after this week. So, real quick overview of the Civil War. Now, you guys just learned for the past week or two about different causes and problems that were leading up to this war. If you remember, in the election of 1860, that's when Abraham Lincoln got elected. He got elected president, and the South was mad. They were really mad. They didn't like this guy, who they knew didn't like slavery. They didn't want him getting elected because they were worried that he would come in and ruin their way of life. So they decided to take matters into their own hands and break off and form their own new country. Okay, so one by one, they start breaking off and forming their own country called the Confederate States of America. And in April of 1861, so only a few months after Lincoln gets put in as president, they start firing on Fort Sumter, which is a fort in South Carolina, and the war begins. Now, I'm not going to talk about that battle because Mr. Baviello, in the next video, will be talking about that battle. But I'm going to kind of do some setting up the stage so you know what's going on each side. So I will make this thing smaller. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Right there. Okay. So as you can see on this slide, this is a map of the country at the time. The North are these all the blue states are part of the North. They were called the Union because they're still part of the United States of America. They're still together as our country. And their president was Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's whole goal this entire time was to keep the country together. He did not want them to break off. In fact, he never referred to the South as a separate country. He referred to them as the states in rebellion because he didn't want to claim that those states had broken off and formed their own country, because he claimed that as per the Constitution, states can't just break off and form their own country. So he never referred to it as a separate country. He just referred to them as rebellious states. Okay, so these are all the states up in the North up here, and this is their flag with the number of states that there were. And you can see some of these states right here in the middle, with the little dual colors. They're called the border states. Now, these states are technically states that had slaves, but they wanted to stay part of the Union, so they stayed part of the North and fought for the North the whole time, which was a big advantage to the North because they got more people and got more states. Okay. Now, the South right here this is the area that broke off, and they formed their own country, or they thought it was their own country, and they called it the Confederate States of America. They had Jefferson Davis as their country, and then that was the flag that they made up for themselves. Okay, so we have the two sides. We have the North, which is referred to a lot as the Union, and then we have the South, which is referred to as the Confederate States or the Confederacy. Okay, so that's kind of the two different sides we have going on.